Hello and welcome to another daily market reading. We're on Bitcoin. We're also going to potentially look at Ethereum, and let's analyze what I think the price of Bitcoin is going to be doing this coming week. Basically, in really short terms, so it's nice and easy for you, I think we're going to get a push up until around this area, and then we're going to get a push down. Right, having said that, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why, up until where, and how. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to have in mind, that I want you to remember, is that we have two very important coming weeks. The first one, which is this next week, we have got CPI and PPI data. CPI Consumer Price Index and PPI Producer Price Index. So there might be some volatility around those days, which is Wednesday, Thursday, and those are going to be really important data that are going to be really useful for the week after, because we have got a Federal Reserve meeting, okay, talking about the interest rates. Now, as we all know, we have got a war going on. We have also got oil Brent going at $92. That's not a good thing. Okay, that cannot be good for inflation. So with all of this, are we going to get good data? I highly doubt it. Do I think the price of Bitcoin is going to go to all-time high? No. Do I think the price of Bitcoin is going to come crashing down to 30,000? No, I don't. I don't really think the price of Bitcoin is going to do this massive move all over again. What I do think is that we could be seeing 50,000 not too far away. We could be seeing it quite soon, next few weeks. So having said that, having gotten that out of the way, let me go and let me show you exactly why I think now we could actually get a move up. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn on our indicators. In case you do not know who we are Elite Flow. So we're a brand that specializes in the creation of trading indicators. These are some of the indicators that we have created and to which you have access to completely for free. Okay, there's a link in this descriptions box, which takes you to our Telegram, where you send a message to our support team and they tell you exactly how to put them on your trading view. It's nice, simple, easy. You don't need a coding degree. You don't need to be really smart. It's actually fair. It's actually quite simple. So I'm going to turn on the Smart Oscillator, which is a really nice RSI, which also looks at money flow. And we're also going to be looking at the Smart Trend. Okay, the Smart Trend. I'm not going to turn on the signals and all the blocks like I usually do. We're going to look at that a bit later. So on the 4-hourly time frame, we're on a downtrend. On the 1-hourly time frame, we're on a downtrend. But on the 15-minute time frame, we're in an uptrend. We are in an uptrend. Let me show you this. Okay, this whole entire push down, whole push down, we were purple the whole time. Okay, even when we went sideways, the price was going sideways. We had a bit of a move up. Our Smart Trend did not care. We still went purple, which means we're in a downtrend. Okay, now we've just recently changed that. Just recently. Okay, let me zoom in. I'm going to zoom in so that we can really see it. Okay. The price during Saturday got extremely compressed. I don't know if you can see we went down, up, and then we got really compressed, really small, and then we exploded up. Okay, we exploded up, and then we've come and it looks like we're starting to make a higher low. We could now potentially be on our way to make a higher high. Okay, now this is the important bit. We didn't come to land on a random level. We came to land on quite a good level. Okay, first off, we were testing this recent high. And also, this is a really good tip, especially if you're using our indicator. So with a Smart Trend, you get multi-time frame fair value gaps. Okay, I've now got turned on the 4-hourly gaps. So the price came down on the 4-hour fair value gap, which is also where we have a 15-minute fair value gap. Now, a really good thing, a really good place, this is a good tip for you. Some of the best trades that you can take are going to be where two gaps are in the same zone. So when you've got a 1 hour gap inside a 4 hour gap, and you have got this gray line, which is an exponential moving average inside that same area, okay? Or even better, when you have got this purple line or this green line, which is the actual smart trend inside that area. Why is that good? It's a really high probability trade. Does this mean, okay, so the price of Bitcoin came crashing down, well, crashing down, came down, this is this recent high. We tested the fair value gap, the smart trend, the 15-minute time frame, the 15-minute gap, sorry, and also we had a little bit of money flow. Little bit of money flow, remember, is a good sign. You want a little bit of money flow in order for you to trade. Big money flow, scary money flow, means that the price could carry on moving down or moving up. Okay, so if there was really big money flow, it could mean the price is going to carry on moving down. This is big money flow, big red money flow. The price carried on going down. This is a little bit of green money flow, which means the price actually behaved how it was supposed to behave, okay? Little bit of green money flow, the price behaved how it was supposed to behave, okay? Also, another thing, oversold and little yellow dot on the green smart trend. That's a high probability trade. Does this promise you? Does this mean we're not going to do this? No. Nothing is ever 100%, but trading is about taking the highest probability trades, okay? This looks like a high probability setup, and the smart trend has now turned green, which means that we are in an uptrend, okay? Which is a really positive thing. So I'm now going to zoom out, okay? I'm going to go to the 4 hourly time frame, and I'm going to show you something which I trace quite often, which is going to be a fixed range volume profile from this whole sideways channel, okay? There we go. We can see something quite important. First off, we've got the blue line, which is the value area high, and the blue line, well, also yes, the blue line, which is going to be the value area low. The yellow line is the point of control, which is where the highest transactional volume is. We're not going to look at that for now. We're going to look at the blue line, the value area low. Why is this so important? First off, it was a really major previous pivot point. Pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, okay? And even on the short term, if I zoom in, pivot point right there, okay? So let's have a look. We have got this gray line, exponential moving average, coming along very nicely around this area. We have also got a 4 hour fair value gap. Is there anything else I can add to this combination? Yes, if I'm not wrong, we have got a daily fair value gap right there. React, okay. So we have got a daily gap, a 4 hour gap, which is what I've just told you. A high probability trade is going to be where you have 2 time frame gaps in the same area, followed along by either the gray line, which is an exponential moving average, or the purple line or the green line, which is the actual smart trend. You've got both. You've got both in this area. Not only that, it's also the value area low. What is the value area low? It's basically the area where it's going to show you if the price goes back in it. Okay, so if we break 65,500, okay, if we break that and we go straight back in, that means that the price wants to trade within these 2 lines. What I'm expecting, okay, because I'm expecting moves down, I'm expecting the price to get there and then get a reaction back down. That's what I think the price is going to do. Okay, so previous pivot point, value area low, 4 hour gap, daily gap, where the 50 time frames exponential moving average is, that's a high probability trade. Okay, then after that, let's go to the daily time frame. Where do I think the price of Bitcoin is going to come crashing to? I think 50k. 50,000 around this area is going to be a really good place for us. Okay, do I know if the price is going to stop exactly there? No. Is it going to come crashing down there? I don't know. Is it going to come there? I do not know. I'm not a wizard. Okay, what I do know is that we are on a bear market. What I also know is that on this channel, when we were at 82,000, I made a video saying this is a really good place to go short. Since then, we have been having 28% moves from that short position. Okay, so I'm just saying this is where we have previous pivot points. Even if I go on the weekly time frame, we can probably see it better. This is where we have got these pivot points. Okay, these pivot points, which are exactly at 54, 50, between 50 and 55, I think is where the price is going to be stopping, is where potentially we could be forming another little sideways channel for us to break up and finally come out of this bear market. Because let's not forget the bigger picture, we are in a bear market. Okay, we're not in a bull market yet, we're in a bear market. Okay, so having said that, let's go really quickly look at Ethereum. Let's see what Ethereum's doing, not on the weekly time frame. Let's go on the 4-hourly time frame, and we're actually going to do something really similar. First off, I'm going to trace another fixed range volume profile from this whole lot, see if it can tell me something. Unfortunately for Ethereum, I doubt we're going to make it that high. I do not think we're going to make it to 1,900 again. That I think is quite optimistic. That would be a 16% pump. I'm sorry, but I don't see it so feasible. I don't see it so doable. What I do think is doable is this right there. Let's see now, turning on the multi-time frame fair value gaps, see if we get lucky and we see a daily gap right there. Okay, very similar scenario. We have got a daily fair value gap sitting where a 4-hour gap is, where the exponential moving average is. Okay, this looks like a high probability trade. We could potentially get another push down. Okay, that's my point of view. That's what I think Ethereum could be potentially doing. Very similar thing, 15-minute time frame. We have been in a bit of an uptrend. Okay, we have made an uptrend and we have respected very nicely. If you can see, we had a very similar thing. We were getting compressed. We exploded up. We got a retest down to the exponential moving average, and since then we've been moving up. We should, the first small target would be to make a higher high, which would conveniently be where the halfway point of this daily gap is. Okay, Ethereum, I'm not looking as bullish as Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to get a crazy pump up. I think we could get a bit of a move up until around there, which is roughly 1,700. I don't think much more than that, I'm afraid. I do not think we're going to get much more higher. At a push, maybe to test these previous levels, potentially even, and that's already a bit much. That's 1,715. It's not, well, actually, yeah, it's not that much, but I think around this area is going to be a good place to go short on Ethereum. It's all going to depend on Bitcoin though. Let's make sure that we look at Bitcoin. I've given you the price levels for Bitcoin. Every single coin other than Bitcoin is going to follow what Bitcoin does. Okay, if Bitcoin suddenly, for some reason, decides to break 65,500 and go back into the value area, we could get a bigger, deeper move up, which we could potentially be looking at this daily gap. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, until then, I thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got any questions or doubts, because I'm also here to help you resolve your questions. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow for another market update. Bye bye.